testing a claim about proportion. Alright, we're gonna use the traditional method only, or critical value test. We're not gonna use p-value test because we don't have technology here. The procedure, I'll give you the procedure right here. Alright, first thing you're gonna do, we're gonna state the null and alternative hypothesis, which we did that in 8.1. Draw the bell shape and identify either its left tail, right tail, or two-tail test. Alright, then find the z-score from table A2. Calculate your test statistic using this formula. P hat is x over n, P is population, Q is 1 minus P, which I'll show you an example, and N is the sample size. Now, if the test statistic fall in the critical region is the shaded area, alright? You will reject H0. Otherwise, if the critical test statistic is not fall in the shaded area, you do not reject H0. Then you will state the complete conclusion. Now, let's look at our first example. In a 3M privacy filter pool, 806 adults were asked to identify their favorite seed when they fly. Alright, and they asked 492 people at random, and they said that they should to sit on the window seat. Now we're gonna use alpha, significant level is alpha is 1% to test the claim. Alright, let's look at the first claim. The majority of adults prefer window seats when they fly. Alright, the majority here means more than 50%. Alright, so this is about proportion because you have part of whole. So it's going to be P. Alright, and null will be equal. Alright, majority means greater than. Alright, it's greater than 50%. And this is the claim. So null will be equal. Right? Let's go back. Majority is mean more than 50%. Alright? Of adult prefer seat when they fly. Window seat. Yes, when they fly. So next step, I just did the first step here. Next step, I have to identify the test. Look at the alternative hypothesis is greater than. So we're going to have right tail test. The shaded area will be on the right hand side. Alright? Now alpha is significant level. Is 1%. Alpha is the shaded area. My shaded area here is 0.01. We have only one shaded area, so that's the alpha, it's a shaded area. Next, you're gonna go to table A2. Table A2 give you the shaded area to the left. You're gonna use this number to look in the body, which will give you the z-score on the left, but we're gonna use symmetry, and the z-score should be 2.33. Remember, when you look in the table, you're going to look for this number, and the z-score will be negative 2.33. But because we use symmetry and the area to the right, the z-score will be positive. Alright? Next step, we're going to calculate test statistic. Again, p hat is x over n, n is the sample size. So x is this number right here, and this is your n. Alright? So it's 492 over 806. That's your p hat, x over n. Your p is right here, all right, 0.5. All right, square root. All right, p is 0.5. Your Q is 1 minus P, which is 1 minus 0.5, which will be 0.5. Alright, Q is 1 minus P. And here's the sample size, 806. Now, you have to use calculator and calculate this. And the test statistic turned out to be 6.27. Alright, that's your test statistic. Now let's look back at my procedure. If the test statistic fall in critical region, my critical region is the shaded area. Alright, you would reject H naught. Otherwise, it's not fall in the shaded area, you do not reject H naught. Now look at 2.33 is over here. 6.27 is to the right, alright, on the number line. 6.27 is to the right of 2.33. So it's fall in the critical region. It's in here. Alright, then because it's fall in the critical region, you would reject H naught. Alright, you have null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis because you reject H naught, and alternative is the claim. You reject the naught, therefore you have enough evidence to support the claim. So you're gonna say there is sufficient evidence to support the claim that, then you state the claim that the majority of adults prefer seed when they fry. Alright, let's look at another example. Hi, let's look at part B of the same example. I keep everything the same, but I change the claim to 65% of adults prefer window seat. So my null would be P equal to 0.65. And this is the claim. Alright, that's my claim. So alternative will be P naught equal to 0.65. Right? That's the first step. Next, you're gonna draw a bell shape, and because it's not equal, you're gonna have two tile test. Two shaded area. Alright, alpha is still the same, 0.01, but because you have two shaded area, you have to divide by 2, right? So alpha over 2 will be 0.005, right? Look at table A2. You will find the C-score on the left is negative 2.575. Because it's symmetry and the area of the right is the same, so you're going to have the same C-score, but 2.575. Alright, next we're going to calculate test statistic. P hat is the same, is x over n, which is 492 over 806. However, my p now is 0.65, alright? So minus 0.65, denominator will be p, which is 0.65. My q is 1 minus 0.65. My n is the same, alright, 806. Now if you calculate this, you should get negative 2.355 Alright, as you can see, negative 2.355 is fall in the non-shaded area. Right? Non-shaded area. So do not reject H naught. It doesn't fall in critical region, so do not reject H naught. However, your H naught is the claim, so you will state the conclusion that you do not have enough evidence to reject the claim. Alright, so we finished 8.2. Please make sure you do the homework, and I will go to 8.3 later. Thank you.